Ignorance is bliss. Walking with your eyes closed.
Welcome back to Media Mesh, where I give you my unapologetic opinion on everything from music, movies, news, reality TV, and so much more as we go down a rabbit hole. And by now, everyone knows that all hell is broken loose in California. You got Donald Trump sending the Marines, the National Guard, these guys from they call the Palm, the 29 Palm or Palm 29, whatever it is. So it's basically an elite force of Marines to come out there and restore order. Now, this is a touchy subject for most people. Some would say that Mexico is basically California, or part of it. When we go back historically, it's just a lot of stuff going on. Now, as a person of color, this is not my fight. Okay, the reason why I say that, and it's going to sound bad, but you know what? That's what this channel is all about. It's giving my unapologetic opinion. And, if you're new here, that's what I do. Okay, I have some fun. I poke fun at some serious issues at times, but I also try to bring a different perspective to everyone. Okay, now back to this not being our fight. Well, of all the injustice and all the negative things that happen to people of color in America, you rarely see Mexicans standing up for us. I'm just going to say it. I know that's tit for tat. That might sound bad, but it is what it is. But that's just the facts. Okay, you don't see them out there rallying and getting behind any cause for black folk. So we're just going to call it right there. The other part of it is that even though, yes, this country is a mess. If you think about how, again, I don't have all day to go into the many wrongs that have happened here in Turtle Island, the indigenous people, and then they're really getting in down to the get down. But I will say that since it has been colonized and there's been some established rule of law here in America, there are procedures and policies that I do believe need to be enforced. So I don't think it's a matter of opinion, it's a matter of precedence. Now, unfortunately, when I was trying to leave the country to go to Australia, I discovered that you just can't go to different countries. You have to be bringing something of value into the country, be it your education. You basically just have to, what are you going to contribute to this, that particular country, right? I think if you do things the right way, then you don't have to worry about situations like this. Now, obviously, these people are definitely leaving their country for a reason, but you can't get mad when you get caught, right? This is a different regime. Of course, Biden let all these people in, and I don't understand what the hell that was about, because I think it was like over 600,000 of the people that were let in were criminals or had some type of criminal activity. Now, you explain that to me, how that makes any sense, or how you would get rid of, get rid of the worst of your society and send them to America. What the hell is that about? Now, I do not agree with that. But I think all this is planned. And then a lot of folks, you have to understand that this is, as George Carlin has said, this is one, I wouldn't misquote him, but basically it's like this is a game that's being played by people that are at such a high level, like you're not even in the game. We're not in the game. A lot of us are caught up in the Democrat or Republican aspect of things, not realizing that it's the same bird. It's just two different sides of the same bird. It's like we're watching a movie. That's what I like in this too. It's like, if you think about it, take a step back, remove your feelings, remove all your attachments and your love for your favorite politician, your favorite this and that, and just look at this shickety. Look at this. This is like The Purge. And if you think about how, when you look at the presidents, if you go from, Obama and his, objective and what he came to do, he came to accomplish something not for people of color, but for a particular group of people, so that him and Big Mike, could live peaceably. No, but I mean, think about that agenda. And he was considered, relatively smart in compared to the dunce, which would have been George W. Bush. Simple-minded, the whole nine thing. I don't know how much I can say, but and then when you really look into that, and you see that there was a lot of shady business going on with that. And it's hard for people to really believe this stuff because you've grown up in America. You've grown up and just, hoping for the best and believing the best, really, and not really understanding how nefarious the powers that be are. And so now you have a situation where the people are out here protesting. I really don't know their stance because, like, are you protesting because you want to be able to stay in the country, even though you're not legally allowed to be in the country? Like, what is the end result of this? But at the same time, with a president like Trump, you're not going to bully him into having your way. So if he has to send the whole army or a nuclear bomb down onto the streets of Los Angeles, this is one battle you're not going to win. I think that it should be a policy and procedure if you want to come to the United States and stay. Clearly, this is a place everybody wants to be. This is the land of opportunity, despite all of its misfortune and all of everything else. I guess there's no place like America because, again, in spite of everything, you do have an opportunity to become whatever you want to become. You have to give it that. This is the land of opportunity. Now, whether you're going to amount to anything in this country or not, that's up to you. But you have the ability. Okay? So that's what makes this place special. So I do understand why people want to come. I get it. But there's still rules. And that's the game of life. That's life. Now, are these rules fair? Who's determining? I don't know. But it is what it is. So just like on your job or whatever, in any capacity, there's things that, must be adhered to. If not, there are consequences. Ergo, this situation. Had you came over the right way, did what you needed to do, then you don't have to worry about it. Now you gotta go. I don't think it just should be a mass sweeping because, of course, there's, videos of people just kind of randomly. I think he sent back some child or something like that, something crazy. As his czar said, he's like, this is funny. It's not funny, but it's funny. But I remember they asked his czar, do you think it's right to separate, people from their family? And he was like, no, you can leave together. I was like, what? He's gangster. No, but this is, it's just, it is what it is. What do you want? I just hope that people do not get themselves injured or hurt. It's not going to go the way that you want it to go. I.e., they're not going to just be like, okay, never mind. You can stay. I don't think it's going to end that way. Now, some people are also concerned about using the troops with, these not really American citizens necessarily. But there might be some out here that's protesting for, those illegal aliens. But that is a concern. very close to martial law, which I know there is a curfew, and pretty much that's what this is going to lead to over there. Is martial law where they're just going to step in and be like, okay, you know what? This is what we're doing. This is what it is. We're going to regain control one way or the other. And in some ways, you do have to respect that, because you just can't let people just go crazy and doing whatever the hell you want to do. Now, of course, there was probably people out there was trying to do a peaceful demonstration, but then you have the paid insurrectionists, if that's the right word, but you do have paid people that do that, just like George Soros. He funded the Black Lives Matter, but also funds other things. So basically, to always have us pitted against each other. So that's the gag, right? There's always a dividing line. There's always a reason for you to hate me and me to hate you, if you're not an evolved person like myself. So I know better than to hate a person just because of their skin color. Now, your actions is a different story. Now, we should all be above that, right? I think it's been a long time, and it's so stupid. You can't dictate the color of your skin, folks. Okay? It's about what the individual is doing. So we shouldn't clump everybody together. But like, if you don't know that basic foundational principle, I don't know what to say. Anyway, until next time, peace and blessings. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. All right, take care.